Hi, everybody, and welcome to the vlog for the week of October 14th, 2018. Today, I'm going to be getting into my goals from last week, what I accomplished, what I didn't accomplish, and kind of recount the week. As you can tell, I am sick, which is why this is a day late. My kids got sick, and they got me sick, and they are back at school, but I seriously thought about taking another day off because yesterday I took off. Today I'm like, I got too much to do. I got to work. But part of me is just like, why are you doing this to yourself? Go work. So quick little update. My shelf, it's on the wall. Yay! It's a place to put all my knickknacks, and it's finally, let me see if I can show you the whole thing without disrupting everything. There you go. See? Yeah, there's like nothing on it yet. But it's I'm happy that it's there. It's been a long time coming. It has been on my floor for about 3 months. So I'm very happy that it is now on the wall. Um, for those that don't know, we had a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of wires running everywhere that I wanted to put it. So I ended up calling an electrician. And seriously, if you ever get stuck on something or other people tell you that they want to take care of something, if you can take care of yourself, try. And what I ended up doing was I could not figure out a way to get around these wires. So I was like, you know what? This thing's been on my floor for like 3 months. Let me just call and see, what an electrician needs to do or if it's even necessary or whatever. I mean, the worst thing in the world with anything is just not knowing. So I went and called the electrician, a guy who's done like $5,000 worth of work in our house. We've had a lot done, and it's all customization stuff. Like nothing was wrong with the house. It was just making the house our own. And we had him come out, I called him and I said, look, this is not an extensive thing. I just want to hang my shelf on the wall. And everywhere I look, it says that there's electricity in the wall. And I don't know how to get around this. I don't know how to hang my shelf without hitting something and frying myself. And he was just like, all right, let me tell you how wires are run in a house. And so he told me everything I need to know, like what depths I need to look for. And none of the screws that I were using they were almost long enough, but not quite long enough to actually hit anything. And he said, if for some reason the wire had to run closer to the wall, not to worry about it because they put metal kick plates in front of it so that you can't drill into the wire if it happens to be closer to the wall than what they normally do, which is like halfway through the stud. So he's like, don't panic. It's like, I am really sure that you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And he said, if you are, and this is a pro tip for all you out there that are trying to get reviews and stuff. He's like, if you really love us, can you please he's like, I'm not going to charge you anything. Just, if you really love us, give us a review. So I went on Google reviews and left him an awesome review. And that's all it cost me. And I was able to put up my shelf in about 10 minutes after knowing that, because I knew where to drill, where not to drill, how to put the anchors in and all this stuff. Just none of it's complicated, and I have definitely hung stuff up on the wall before, but not when it says that there's a wire every 2 feet, and I just didn't want to make a mistake. It's like, it's just not worth it to drill into something wrong, even though it's just not worth it. So I'm happy. I'm proud of myself for finally getting this thing on the wall, and yay. It's just, whenever a project that's just been around for forever and you finally get it done, it's like the sense of relief. Yeah, that's what I feel. It's awesome. So I went to this wedding this weekend, and it was my cousin Drew's wedding, and I am so happy for him and Nicole. Yay, guys. And it was phenomenal. I can't even, I'll put pictures up for you here because it's this place. All right. So it was like in the middle of Amish country, and I'd never been to Amish country before. And it's, in the middle of Pennsylvania. I couldn't even tell you where in Pennsylvania because I didn't look at the full map of Pennsylvania, just the little Google Navigate maps. So I still had cell phone service out there in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't believe it. I had T-Mobile. And so I thought for sure once I dropped off the major, like 95, that was going to be it. It was going to be gone. No, I had service the whole time. The whole time. I didn't even have to use Wi-Fi at the inn. It was great. And I wasn't planning to stay overnight. I was planning to go see my cousin get married and then leave around 9 because I was chaperoning my mom. So it's like I needed to kind of take her into consideration, and she would typically kind of dog out around like 9 o'clock or so. Like she just would run out of energy. So she didn't that night though. She was like awake and like with it until like 11:30, which is might as well be 2 a.m. for her, you know? So that was really phenomenal. My mother's 73. So there's a, there's just a cap for her, you know, like when it gets to be a certain time of night, she's just done. And that's kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting to leave somewhere between 8 and 9. Um, like, you know, like after like the final dessert and like say our goodbyes and then cart her home. And it's like a 3 hour drive from, well, I guess more like 2 hours from, no, three, from from where they had the venue to her house. So it wasn't going to be, I mean, we'd still be getting home at like midnight, but I would be fine. And then I was going to spend the night there and then pick my kids in the morning and go back to Fredericksburg. But what ended up, I got a squeaky chair. What ended up happening is that it found out on the way there that the only way to and from the venue, because it was a smaller area, was a school bus, like a legit school bus. And those shuttles only ran like 3:30 and 4, because the wedding was at 4:30. And we made that by the skin of our teeth. I mean, like skin of our teeth. Like we pulled in, I literally walked in front of the school bus, so it could not leave without us because it was 4:05. They were running a little bit late. And then we got on, we had the last 2 seats. It was crazy. And then came to find out that we couldn't leave when we wanted to leave. The buses schedules was like 10 and 10:30. When we went to leave, there was a miscommunication and the buses weren't running. They thought the first pickup time for leaving the wedding was midnight, not 10 and 10:30. And it was like some other times after that, but like we wouldn't have been able. So luckily the inn owner was able to give everybody a ride back to the inn, leaving that inn, going to another inn. And while I was at the reception, I ended up booking the Amish View Inn. And I forget the name of the city, but it's in Pennsylvania. You ever want a place to go and just be dazzled by how beautiful landscape is and have a luxury suite. I mean, I didn't realize it when I booked it because I think they just lowered the price just so I could get it booked, you know, because they were fully booked except this one room. And that one room cost the same as a regular room. And we walked in, we didn't know what we were getting. We walked in, this thing was a suite. Like here, I'll put it up here. Like this place, I have never been in a hotel room that was this pretty. It was amazing. Like we walked in, I'm like, man, what's with this long hallway to get into the room? Like what's going on? We came to find out that long hallway is because the bathroom was that big. I kid you not. The bathroom was almost the size of a whole other hotel room. It was huge. You could probably fit 6 people in that shower. I mean, it had a shower, it had a clawfoot tub, it had like 2 sinks and like this massive mirror. It wasn't marble, but it was something similar. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It was stunning. I'll put it up here, like the screen, the view out of our, when we opened up the it's not screen, the curtain. When we opened up the curtain in the morning, it was like, oh my gosh, this place is so pretty. It backs up to a working Amish farm. So all you see are all the crops that are planted, like literally up to like maybe 5 or 10 feet, the base of the building. I mean, like that close. And then off to the left were 3 hot air balloons. How awesome is that? Like we opened up the windows and there they are. It was beautiful. And they had a big sitting ledge that you could sit at that window and look out. You want a place to stay, stay there. And I had a great time at the wedding too. All right. So what did we do last week? All right. Let's see here. Oh, I thought it might tell me the screen on there, the time, but it doesn't. Let's see. What did we do? We did funnels. Like, so I've been learning in Kimra's Freedom Hackers to do sales funnels. Now remember, I'm a website designer, right? I'm not a UX person. I'm not an SEO person. I'm working on SEO, but I am not there yet. I'm going to be offering that probably in the beginning of the year because I feel like I'll have enough training by then to be worth my salt for it. But the goal is I was going to do 3 funnels, right? I was going to do website repair, I was going to do website updates, and I was going to do website maintenance. And I was going to run Facebook ads to everything. Well, I got 1 done. I did the website updates, and I kind of did a spin on it. So I didn't even do like a true one, right? What I did was I did a funnel, and I'll link to it in the description below. I did a funnel on how to, like, discounting my hourly rate. My hourly rate's $129 an hour. I discounted it 75% because I thought that was a big, huge, shiny number, right? So I did 75% off, and I was selling 1 hour only for $32.25. And then after that, it would be billed at the regular rate. And I put on a big thing about what can I get done in an hour? What can you expect from me? That kind of thing. And that's a spam. I don't know about you guys, but like I get like 5 spam calls a day. It's terrible. And it's to my cell phone. So anyway, I did this, oh, don't lose it. I set up the funnel, and like I said, I'll link to it in the description below. And basically I was doing this discount to try to just, because usually when I get a client, I can keep that client a paying client, meaning like I can suggest updates that maybe will help facilitate their business, will help their business grow, and things like, did you remember to update your newsletter this month, or just stupid little stuff which helps their business. And, it's like helping through serving. It's like, what can I do that's going to help them, do better, be better. Is their site mobile responsive? Well, maybe that's something I can try to sell to them because it will help them and it will help me because I'll have the business, right? So usually when I get a client, I can help facilitate my future sales. But if I don't have a client, which is kind of the case right now, because Creation Depot's been kind of cold for several years now because I've been having babies. Now it's like I want to amp it back up, and I need new clients because a lot of my clients have literally gone out of business. I used to have a big car dealership as a client, and they sold out to another bigger um, car dealership. So they had their own graphics team. They didn't need me anymore. Stuff like that. Like nothing on my own fault. Just, I had another person retire. It just happens, businesses close. So I need new clients. And so this is how I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to set up my sales funnels, and I'm trying to facilitate regular income. Now, the stuff that Kimmer teaches is more like, you start with your freebie, get them, warm them up, and then later try to sell them something using like tripwires, which is a terrible name, or just like direct sales. And those things are, they're harder to do with a cold client, which is what you get off of a Facebook ad. So I still wanted to try it this way because I just wanted to see if I could like target my audience and then bring them over. Like even if I got one sale, it was going to be worth it. I only put it on for $20 a day for 3 days. All right. So to give you my stats on it, I got 155 clicks. It reached like 41,000 people, which, that number almost doesn't matter because it's, what are your results, right? And then my cost per result was 39 cents. And I actually spent 59.74, and I ran it for 3 days. Didn't make any sales, but that's okay because I'm going to take it. I'm going to learn from it. Okay. That offer didn't appeal to people. So, and it's probably because I was asking them to spend money with someone they didn't know right away. I kind of knew that going in, but it was more of a, let me get my first one done and then I can modify it. It's like, it's an always moving thing. It's a moving target. So I just got to keep moving forward. This is just the first step. I'm really not concerned that I lost $60 because I didn't lose it. I invested it and I learned. So that's that. The other sales funnels were really the hour time can be used towards anything, maintenance, updates, or repair. So what I'm going to do is, because I was only able to get that one thing done this week or last week before I had to go into like wedding mode and family mode and everything like that. And then getting sick, which took my Monday away from me, my Sunday and my Monday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the sales funnels. Now that I have a template to use, basically, I'm going to take my what I've already made, modify it to give away. Basically, I decided I was going to do split testing. I was going to take my freebie that I already have made. That's a really good freebie. It's like the top 10 things you need to have on your site. Don't forget about these things. And which is kind of geared more towards beginners, which I didn't really like because I wanted to get more established businesses. That's more my goal. Because it's not that beginners aren't great, it's that they're not my target market. And I figured that out a couple months ago, that like I need to stop marketing to small businesses because those aren't the ones that stick with me forever and, are more lucrative clients. It's not even about money. It's just permanence, So I wanted to create funnels. And then what I'm probably going to do is that after I run Facebook ads, we'll create the 3 funnels, run the Facebook ads at the end of it. And then what I'm going to do is that come Sunday, when I go to do my next accountability blog, see how the Facebook ads ran to the freebies and how many tripwires I was able to send off to get people to buy the hour. I'm still going to keep the 75% off as my tripwire, but I'm doing that, like I said, as on a tripwire, not on like the foreground, right? So like once I get to the thing, I'll be like, this is your one chance only to get 1 hour of time for me to update your website for 75% off, and see how it goes. Like I said, you build on it, right? You make things happen. And I think that's going to be a better thing, because the audience will be a little bit warmer. They'll see my videos. They'll see, kind of move on that way. And I'm really kind of going to do like a rinse and repeat. I'm going to make the one funnel, and I'm going to change the word from repair to updates, and from updates to maintenance, like super simple. So it's almost the exact same funnel, and they all go to the Tripwire page. And just so I can see what's pulling, what's not. And then starting the week after that, I'll be able to fine tune it a little bit more. And so maybe by like a month from now, I'll have something that's actually bringing in leads. So that's the goal. But that's what I'm going to do. That's why I don't think it's going to be too hard to actually get it done by the end of the week, because I've already got a template. I just got to change the words and maybe move some things around, make it super simple. Like we learned in the training in the Freedom Hackers thing. If you haven't been there, go check it out. It's awesome. And just see how it goes. And I'm looking forward to it. If you have any questions for me, or kind of wondering where all this stuff I'm talking about is coming from, go ahead and put a link, or not a link, a comment below. I'm sick. I'm sorry. My brain is total fog. Put a comment below, and I will answer you and send you links to wherever you need to be, whatever you got questions about, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm very tired, and so I'm going to call it a day. If you have any questions, put something below, and I'll talk to you later. Yeah, thanks. Bye.